Assalamu alaikum people, welcome back to my channel. Yes, I'm sorry first of all. It's been more than 2 weeks since I've not made a video. The main reason being I had lots of stuff in my head. In fact, I had I had an idea in my head. I had the entire content prepared, but then I stopped it because I knew that I could not make a proper video out of it. Because me just keeping on talking and talking, that would be boring. So I wanted something where I had lots of videos where I had someone walking, someone sleeping, stuff like that. But then I know I'm a beginner. I know I'm very bad when it comes to making videos. So I thought, why not keep that for later and think about something else and make another video about something else. And that's when I thought about hospitals, I've thought about college life, I've thought about chocolates, I've thought about books. But then, so something just kept pulling me back from making a video. So I thought, like, what is it? Like, why is it that either it's the content that I'm not happy with, or it's the video that I'm not happy with, and I was, gradually becoming a lot more conscious than I'm normally. And that's when I realized that I'm very anxious about this whole stuff. Because I'm feeling a lot of people, advice me, and the whole concept of wanting to make a perfect video just kept pulling back. So I thought, why not make a video on anxiety? So this is going to be more of a personal one. I'm not going to talk general stuff. I'm going to talk about anxiety that I deal with and how my anxiety is helping me at the same time pulling me away from stuff. As a good soul I am, I will be talking about the good side of anxiety. Now, I have a couple of points that I feel because of anxiety I've been saved. Now, number one is that I don't have to indulge in unnecessary conversations. Now, I've seen a lot of people having to argue, having to point out stuff, having to have hot debates with other people because they just feel the need to put their point out there. Like, they have this urge to talk. I'm not saying it's a bad thing or thing. I'm completely okay. Like, if that person is comfortable doing it, I don't have to bother. But then I'm not comfortable when it comes to stuff. Even if it's necessary stuff, I would keep myself away. Like, I would be like, you know what, Eva, just don't bother that. Like, you don't have to talk. You don't want to talk, do you? Because for me, when it comes to talking, there's a lot of stuff there. Even if I think that, like, you know, sometimes like people are asking about something that's really related, completely, wholly related to me, and I'd be blind, or I'd be dumb. Blind? Why did I come up with blind? Okay, anyway, I'd be dumb. I'd be completely dumb. Now, the main reason being, I'm very conscious about what I say. I'm very conscious about how the other person is going to take it. Okay, now there are people I'm not conscious with. They are my comfort zone. They're like completely comfort zone. But then when it comes to public, or when it comes to strangers, like I call them, or acquaintance, yeah, I could even use that word, I would be really conscious about what I talk. And so a lot of people feel that I'm silent, but it's not that I'm silent, it's just that I like to be quiet. Now, that has saved me from a lot of unnecessary conversations, a lot of unwanted arguments. I am so happy that I'm anxious when it comes to talking, and I feel that that's one of the perks of being anxious. Now, I don't know how everyone's going to take, but this is my personal opinion. Now, another thing about anxiety is that I observe. I do not just simply observe, but then I have to go back home and do the whole process where I rewind the entire observation and find out stuffs like theories. Yeah, that does sound crazy. That does make me crazy, but then yeah, that is something I do. That's pretty much normal for me. I have had situations where I'm going to a grocery store and mom's like picking up all the vegetables and everything, and I'm just like pushing the cart, and I observe people. I observe how people pick the vegetables. I observe how the stuff in the grocery shop is. And then what I do is I go back home and think about it. I think about all that stuff and make up theories. Like, I have this whole point where how people are so unhappy picking up vegetables. And yeah, it goes to such extents where people can't even understand. I mean, normal people can't understand. It's a fact. And I believe that another thing why I do all this stuff is because I'm deep, and it's not just because of my anxiety. Okay, so I feel like anxious people have a lot more better observing skills than non-anxious people. That's completely a personal stuff. I don't know about everyone out there, but I feel it. Okay, so now I'm going to talk about how anxiety can create problems. Maybe for others, maybe for myself, but then it does create problems. I'm not going to say that anxiety is something really great, you can have it in your life, it's fine or anything. It does come with its own pros and cons, and it's not something that you have to be afraid of. Also, you can face anxiety, you can face anxious people in your life. They're completely all right to be talking to be living with also, okay? It's nothing like you can't. I mean, everyone in this world, I feel, has anxiety inside them. It's just that for some people, it's a sleeping beauty, and for the others, it's a nightmare. So you can choose sleeping beauty, you can choose nightmare according to how your anxiety works. For me, it's a nightmare. Which can fit some good dreams too. Anyway, I'm going to be talking about drawbacks of nightmare. First thing is, I can't make decisions. I'm very bad when it comes to make decisions. Like, you ask me to pick something, all of a sudden I'm confused, because I have to think a lot of stuff when I'm deciding something. Maybe it's not even necessary to think all that stuff, but then I have to think. So I'm very bad when it comes to making decisions. I'm very conscious, okay? Now, consciousness has two levels. I feel I become conscious like unnecessarily, I feel, okay? Most of the time, it's not even needed there to be conscious, and I'm conscious. Like, I'm out there in public, and there are lots of people out there, and I feel like everyone's looking at me. You know, I have had friends who come up and be like, Hiba, you're not the center of everything in this world. And I'm like, yeah, I know that. But then this consciousness, this whole fact that someone might be looking at me also can trigger inside me, causing a lot of issues. So it's one is making decisions, another is being over-conscious. Talking about over, I have a problem where I over-love, I overthink, I overdo everything, I overthink. Like, you know, maybe the situation is very small. Maybe if someone's angry with me, I'd feel like I make up situations that I did not even that was not there in the first place, and I would feel like I would blame everything on me. So I feel like it's part of being anxious. A month before my wedding, I was so tensed up. Not everyone saw that. I would talk about it to some people, and I had some people who were constantly, you know, look out for me, and they'd be like, hey, but it's okay, it's nothing, it's fine. And I come up with crazy stuff, and yeah, that's what happens, you know. And luckily, alhamdulillah, I had people to help me out. I had people to constantly look out for me, and I am so thankful to those people. Like, I have this tendency to think a lot, and then talking about love, it's really hard for me to love someone easily. I cannot love someone easily. I can only love someone so hardly, and I feel this is another thing because of my anxiety. Now, when you're anxious, like obviously you just end up being conscious because you're anxious in the first place. It just happens, you know. It's like I need to be careful. I'm very careful when it comes to people who I love and care. I try my level best not to hurt them, even if they're hurting me. Even if I'm like completely shattered, I would do everything to make them feel okay. And I'm not boasting. I feel like these are the things that are completely a demerit when it comes to anxiety. Again, now this is going to be a bit general stuff. People with anxiety are not crazy people. They're just humans. And trust me, I feel I'm a lot blessed. I feel like I'm not that anxious when I see a lot of other people out there that deal with anxiety. I don't feel it as a disease that I've got to have medicines or anything. I'm completely okay in that way. So next time when you see someone with anxiety, don't go all like, what are you talking about? Well, why is she like this? Don't go or don't ask, why does he act like that? Try to talk to them as human. We are as human as you all out there, normal people. It's just that we need a different sort of approach from people. We need a different sort of attention from people, maybe. We need a different sort of conversation with you guys. Yeah, so that's it. You know, everyone's unique in their own way. Everyone's different in their own way. You've got to approach people in a different manner. You've got to approach people in unique ways. So that being said, I don't know if this made any sense to you guys out there. I just want to get this out of my system. I just want to get this out of me as soon as possible, and so I made a video. If this kind of did help you get a gist of what anxious people are, I'm happy. If not, I'm sorry. That's it. So that's it for now. Assalamu alaikum, people. Don't forget to share, don't forget to comment, don't forget to like, don't forget to subscribe. Get all your anxious people, watch this video, make them watch it, and let them be a little more anxious, because I'm evil inside. Sorry. Assalamu alaikum, people. Thank you so much.